All right, so are you looking to expand your exposure online for your prepared meal delivery service business? If you're looking to create a brand new business online selling prepared meals, which is one of the hottest forms of food businesses online right now, I'm gonna walk you through a Facebook ad, and I'm gonna give you some step-by-step tutorials and a few little tips and tricks on how to maximize a simple Facebook ad to get exposure for your prepared meal delivery service. And we're gonna get into that right now. All right, so it is Marketing Food Online, and as I mentioned in the introduction, I'm gonna walk you through a step-by-step Facebook ad for your prepared meal delivery service. And this is gonna help you understand some of the most simplistic ways that you can actually promote your meal delivery business if you're just getting off the ground with it, you're getting started, or maybe you're already online, but you're looking for a little extra boost. I'm gonna walk you through a few things, and I've got 3 dynamic things that you really need to be aware of, that you need to ask yourself about your specific meal delivery service that will help you narrow down who your demographic will be on Facebook and how to reach them effectively without overspending or underspending. Now, if this is the first video for Marketing Food Online, welcome. My name is Damian Roberti. I am founder and CEO of Marketing Food Online. We are YouTube's premier food entrepreneur channel. I myself am a food entrepreneur. I've been online on e-commerce for a little bit over 12 years with my wife, and we operate multiple businesses online. So make sure you subscribe and definitely hit that bell notification so you can get all the new videos that we upload every single week. Now, as you know in my videos, I want to get straight to the point. I don't want to beat around the bush. So let's jump right into this. And as I do, I have my computer open and we're going to get started. Okay, so we've got the laptop open. Now, before we dive into the computer really quick here, and then I'm going to lay out exactly how this works and the questions you need to ask, there are 3 specific things you need to really ask yourself about the type of meal delivery service that you are going to start, okay? So number 1, who is your demographic? So you need to know who are the people that you're trying to reach. It is very broad if you try to reach everybody with your specific type of meal delivery service. If you have a specific niche or some type of food that you make that others do not make sure you understand who it is that you're looking to buy it before you even start creating your Facebook ad. Now, number 2, make sure that you cater to any special needs or health needs or dietary needs of people. That makes it more interesting and more of a value for the people who are buying the specific meal that you're making. What do I mean by that? If you make a specific gluten-free line of foods, if you happen to have something that's low carb, maybe some meals that happen to be lower sugar than normal, even no sugar added, those are great for people who might be on dietary needs who are watching sugar, people who are watching their carbs. If you focus in on a specific form of dietary needs, you will have much greater success. A lot of these companies that have a very broad reach and a broad spectrum of menu, don't get me wrong, they do very well as well. But when you come down to it and you have, if you're working with a dietitian or nutrition or something to that effect, you can actually create meals that are gonna be in more demand because people have specific health needs and they will pay a premium for those types of meals to be delivered, okay? Now, next one up, the 3rd question you need to ask yourself, when you start these Facebook ads, are you shipping locally, delivering locally, or are you shipping nationwide? That's going to have a big effect on who and where you're going to narrow down your Facebook ad for, okay? You can't just, if you're doing something that's local delivery, you can't start, if you're in Georgia, you can't start advertising in California or trying to drum up business in Arizona if you're not shipping the product. So that would actually help you narrow down a more localized area that you want to hit on Facebook, because what would be the point of you advertising in California if you're only doing local deliveries of the product, not shipping, okay? All right, so let's dive into it. So my laptop is open. As you see, there's Marketing Food Online. I'm actually going to use a generic Blue Apron. Actually, I'm just going to use them as an example. This is not a promotion for them at all. I'm just using them as an example. So you want to create a post, click on create post, okay? Now you want to write something about your meal delivery service, but you want to write something that entices people to even look at your ad. You don't want to go on about the menu and all the dietary things. So let me type up something. This is just off the top of my head. So, are you tired of spending time in the kitchen? And I probably spelled a couple words wrong because I'm hurrying up here, but that's okay. Spending time in the kitchen, measuring, cutting, and preparing your meals. I know I am. Here is a brand new service for your low carb diet. And again, whatever, this is an example, whatever it is that the niche of type of product that you're doing, you want to kind of include that in there if you're low sugar, low carb, gluten-free, whatever it may be, okay? And again, this is not the most important aspect of it, but in the beginning when someone sees the ad, you want to make sure that you entice them, but you don't want to give away everything. You don't want that to be everything. They have to actually click on it and take them over to your website, and your website needs to inform them more as to what it is. So don't want to sit here and write a whole book or ebook. You want to keep it short and sweet and to the point, okay? We offer 12 dinners and 24 lunches on our menu. Want to learn how we can save you time, money, and headache. All right, fantastic. So this is where we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna put a couple of hashtags, okay? There's a reason for that. If you're gonna put a couple of hashtags, not only is this going to be an ad that's going to be promoted and you're gonna be doing an actual Facebook ad, paying for this to be placed somewhere, but these hashtags help it in a very big way, help this actual post get found in other parts of Facebook, okay? So meal prep. There's over 1.6 million posts with that hashtag. So it's a very popular hashtag. Meal, let's see here. Meal prep ideas. And then let's just put recipes. That's a very popular one. Okay. Now, below that is where you're going to put the link. Now let's go ahead and we are going to put this link, and then there you go. All right, then we're going to go ahead and hit post, and we'll give this just a second or two. So in the meantime, what I'm going to get into really quick while this is posting. So as I mentioned, you want to focus specifically on a dietary need or segment of the society that has a certain need. If you can create those types of meals, better off you'll be, okay? Now, the one thing you want to also keep in mind too is that when you create these meals, make sure that you have a nutritional analysis label on them, okay? When you create these types of services, people need to be aware of everything about the meal, including the nutritional values, information about allergens, where it's prepared, etc. Okay, so make sure you're following the guidelines and such set up by the FDA in regards to actual labeling and such. So this is not something you would just want to do from your house and a flare of a moment idea and start making food for people. Make sure that if you've got dietary claims and such, you need to make sure you follow the FDA guidelines, okay? All right, so let's get on here. Here we go. So you want to hit the boost post. Now here's where the good stuff comes into play. Now, I'm actually going to do this on the idea that you are going to be shipping the product, not a localized delivery service. You can do that by designating and specifying a city or even a county or a state or whatever it may be. But I'm going to do this based on something that you're going to do nationwide. There's a difference in, and I'll explain to that, okay? So let's take a look at our audience. First thing you want to do is your audience. Now, what I'm going to do here is edit this, and I'm actually going to put Florida, and that's going to be in the US. All right, give that a second there to update. And then we're going to do California. I don't want to hit every single state in the US. It's very too broad, okay? But I'm going to hit a lot of these states where a lot of people are like health conscious and maybe they're looking to have a low carb or low sugar diets or something that's more vegetarian or something that's more natural food, something that's low calorie. So these states are just, some to come to mind that just come brainstorming, okay? And then let's just say we've got New York. Okay. Fantastic. Now, we have that done. Now here's where it gets fun. So right now, based upon that, you've actually got 23 million potential people, which is a lot. And obviously, you're not going to appeal to every single one of those. 23 million people. Now, I'm actually going to do all. I don't want to do men or women separately. I want to do all. And then I'm going to hit the age group of, let's just say 50. Okay, and I'm going to hit a little older here, about the millennial to a little bit older than millennial, about 27, 28. Okay. Now, I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm going to type in and save the audience. And we need to hit interests. So let me go back into here. And then with detailed targeting. Now, I'm going to close off these here. These are some ideas that I had on the previous video, cooking, football, and other things. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in low carb, watch. Low carbohydrate diets. So again, let's just say that you're making a low carbohydrate diet meal business. You wanna make sure that you hit these topics because these will be the people who will see this ad, okay? And again, let's just say we have a low sugar, sugar-free. Let's do sugar-free. Okay, sugar-free kids is fine. And then we want to hit meal delivery. Let's see what comes up here. Meal preparation, there we go. And we have, let's see, meal ready to eat, beautiful. Now these are gonna be interests that people will have related to meal delivery, meal prep, and meal ready to eat. So that's perfect. So that eliminates, see, we went all the way down to 3 million. Being more realistic with the amount of people you wanna reach, also keep that in mind. You're not gonna reach 50 million people if you spend a $30 budget. So let's just be realistic here. So the lower it is, the better, okay? Now this is gonna give you suggestions, which I'm not really, any of these are not really gonna be particulars of what I'm actually looking for, okay? So let's do one more. Let's see if we can do prepared meals, packaged meals. There we go. Beautiful. So that made a little bit more of a dent. Perfect. So we want to save the audience. Now we want to scroll down, and then you want to set your budget and the duration. Now, setting the budget, it means that you're going to set a budget for the duration of the campaign. All right. How much total do you want to spend? I personally would recommend you're going to do this 3 times. And I've talked about this in my other videos about Facebook ads. If this is something new to you, you want to do it once with about a budget of maybe anywhere from $15 to $35. You don't need to do 100 or 200 or 300, okay? You just need to test it first, get back those analytics, and then look at that data. See who is clicking, see what the age is. Is it more women than men? Well, if it is, next time you run your second Facebook ad, you're going to focus more so on women. Because if those are the ones that are clicking on the ad, why would you pay to put it in front of men if they're not going to be interested in it, okay? And then that happens. I have a lot of candy ads that I run. I actually have more ladies who buy the items than I do men. So I focus more so on that. So understand and look at your data. Because you run your second ad, you can refine it. And then on your third one, you should be triggering and targeting exactly who you really are going to go after. Then you can dump, if you want, $100, $500, $1,000 in the ad, whatever it may be, okay? So you run the amount, I'm gonna say, let's say $20. So with a $20 ad, I'm gonna run that for 5 days, okay? So each day, an estimated 150 to nearly 450 people will be potentially reached every single day. That's fantastic. Now think about it. If you're selling a meal prepared meal kits and you're shipping them, and let's say your average order is about $100 to $150 for the order, $20 is, you're gonna get that back in just one order, for crying out loud. And if you're only getting one order out of a few thousand people, then something's wrong. So 150 to 440, okay? That's gonna be the amount of people you're gonna reach every day. 20 bucks, perfect amount of money, so you can establish some understanding of who's clicking and who's not. And pretty much, that's it. Now, where is it gonna be placed? Facebook, Messenger, and Instagram, okay? Instagram is fantastic for meal prepared delivery services. It is a great platform because it's very visual, and there's a lot of people who also add a lot of images onto Instagram related to food, so there's a lot of people who are definitely interested in this ad, okay? Now, you can click on this and you can see where it is, and you can say, you know what? I don't want it on Messenger, just Instagram, okay? Or whatever it may be. Now, as you eliminate this and you go on that, you'll see this increase slightly, okay? So you can choose all 3 of these platforms or not, whichever ones you want to do, okay? Once you hit boost now, which I'm not going to do right now, just that takes you over to the payment area and then you're all set to go, okay? Very, very simple. But again, this information, this data is definitely something that you can take on your first actual ad that you run. Look at that information. It's very important. Run your second ad and refine it. Narrow it down so you can narrow that scope of who's going to look at it, okay? So if you have any questions about running Facebook ads for prepared meal delivery services, let me know. And I'll definitely try to get to them as soon as possible. And of course, we have a series of these Facebook ad videos coming out where I'm going to show you more about specific types of bakery, if you're selling hot sauces, if you're selling spices, whatever it may be. All right, so I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching Marketing Food Online. And if you are looking to create your own food truck, start a home-based food business under the cottage food law, franchise a food operation, start a packaged food business, private label your own food product, sell on Amazon, get your own online store, or sell food online, remember to subscribe and check out these videos for more resources. Take care.